Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today it is Tuesday in GTA Online, which means tomorrow on Wednesday, Rockstar will be previewing to us their new GTA Online upcoming event week details, news, information, bonuses, discounts, and more. They will be previewing to us all those details early before the changes, of course, take effect Thursday mornings, 4 a.m. Central Time in-game. That's my time zone, Central Time, so UTC -6. Convert that to your local time zone to get the time it goes live for you. But on Tuesdays, I like to give you guys a reminder and a refresher of everything going on this week in GTA Online with the current event week's offerings, just in case you haven't been grinding, you've been missing out, and there are some opportunities this week that I think you guys should definitely take advantage of before we transition to the next week here in game with all new event bonuses, discounts, and more. So thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. Jumping into our bonuses this week, let's just rip through this section because there's nothing like absolutely insane, but we do have one bonus that I actually think is pretty good, and it is 4 times money and 4 times RP on CEO and VIP work. So if you head to your secure serve CEO menu, you go to VIP work, you could start up anything. Obviously, some of the best missions would be Headhunter, Hostile Takeover, and Sightseer are some of the best ones you could do. These are paying you about $80,000 for less than 5 minutes of work. Typically, you can do them in about 3 minutes. I'd recommend in that 3 to 4 minute range to get a pretty good payout. But with 4 times money, it's just insane cash this week to be grinding. Let's say you do Hostile Takeover, you want to play it again. That will have a 10-minute cooldown, but there's a 5-minute cooldown in between just playing the next VIP work in general. So if you wanted to replay Hostile Takeover, it has a 10-minute cooldown, but if you wanted to start up Headhunter right after that, that will have a 5-minute cooldown. So in between that, if you have GTA Plus, you could do the security contracts at your agency computer to get double money on those in the meantime with GTA Plus. That's a good thing to do in the meantime, or just do them for single money if you don't have GTA Plus, or do payphone hits, or do any of your other chores. Other bonuses, the Cayo Perico heist obviously is giving you a 50% extra chance of finding the pink diamond as your primary target when you play through the heist, which is awesome. You're also making 4 times money as an associate or a bodyguard with your salary right there, and then just some game modes that are on bonus. This is for the Valentine's Day event, this is for the Lunar New Year event, and this is also from the weekly update. So let's talk about it. Deadline duets, triple money and triple XP, as well as just normal deadline. We also have the new Lunar New Year stunt races, so those are, well, they're not really new, but new for this week, featured back again. Triple money and triple XP for these, or 6 times money and 6 times XP if you have GTA Plus. The community series jobs are also paying out double money and double RP. And then we have the Yonbao collectibles. These are located all across the map. I talked about all this in my weekly update money guide, so if you want to check that out, I'll have that video linked in the description. I uploaded that on Friday as well, but you'll find the collectibles all spread across the map. Use the GTAweb.eu map to find the location of those. You make $888 per collectible, and by the end of it, after you collect all 36, you get some bonus cash for collecting them all. The last thing is the weekly challenge to get some extra money. Earn $100,000 as an associate or a bodyguard to get the Valentine's Blazer, plus an extra $100,000 as well. When it comes to our major property and business discount for this week in GTA Online, we do have a 40% opportunity or 40% off opportunity on all executive office upgrades, as well as the actual locations themselves. So whether you get Maze Bank West, whether you get Lombank West, whether you get Arcadius Business Center, or even my location, Maze Bank Tower, all of these properties and all of these executive and CEO offices are 40% off, plus the upgrades. So the decor, the personnel, you can rename your organization, add the gun locker and the safe. Those are basically pointless, but they're just sort of cosmetic upgrades, and you get some ammo out of the gun locker, I believe. And then the accommodation is just the personal living quarters. I recommend that for any business so you can use it as your spawn point. The garages with the Maze Bank Tower, I believe, are not discounted this week. Because of that, they're not counting. That's a separate thing. Same with like the CEO warehouses that you need to own an office in the first place to get. Those are not discounted. The vehicle cargo warehouse is also not discounted. It's just the actual CEO office itself. So if you want to get started on the import-export DLC or the further adventures in finance and felony update, where you actually deliver the crates and all that stuff like that with your CEO crate warehouse, your special cargo warehouses, you do need an office first. So at least you're getting that for 40% off. And even if you don't buy the other stuff, you can still make money with your CEO office, because inside you can get some spare goods and export mixed goods to the docks. You make $50,000. You could do that every single 48 minutes, and that's not bad. That'll only take you about 2 to 3 minutes right there to do. Now jumping into our vehicle discounts, let's check them out because we have some good opportunities on Legendary Motorsports. Starting off with the Pegassi Torero, you can get this for 30% off for just under $700,000. The Dubachi Wagner for $1.074 million. This is absolutely worth it. It's probably a top 10, if not a top 12 supercar in the game. It's excellent. The handling's unreal. The speed's really nice. Definitely get the Dubachi Wagner for 30% off. The Grotti Cheetah Classic is also worth it at $605,000. If you're going to get this one, make sure it's this one, not the LSCM Cheetah Classic, because that's basically just a wide body of the Cheetah Classic minus all the normal customization you could apply on this specific vehicle. So this is also worth buying. It's a great classic sports car as well. We also have opportunities on some EVs like the Fister Neon for 1.050 million or the Coil Raiden for 962,000. Both of these are 30% off. The Nagasaki Shitaro continues to be on discount for the rest of the Valentine's event, which is ending on the 18th, and this is on sale for $1.112 million, or again, this is 50% off this specific discount. On Southern San Andreas Super Autos, get the Declasse Yosemite 1500 for $843 grand at 30% off. This is a great pickup truck. This is a great off-roading vehicle as well. Definitely worth it. The Karen Hot Ring Everin is on sale for 30% off for $1.253 million, or just under $1 million with the trade price. The Declasse Tahoma Coupe is on sale for 30% off for $1,050,000, or the Declasse Tulip M100 for $1.116 million, or $1.16 million, excuse me. These are good muscle cars. I would recommend the Tahoma Coupe over the Tulip M100. They're very, very similar though. And then the last vehicle discount we have for this week is on the Joe Built Vellum 5-seater at 30% off for $926,000, or $696,500 with the trade price. And then we have some other side discounts, or basically some free items like champagne in all nightclubs. That's all free this week. The horse mask and tattoos are free, and then the Valentine's clothing is also 50% off for the remainder of this weekly event. Here we are at the Diamond Casino and Resort, and your lucky wheel podium vehicle for the remainder of this week is the Bravado Buffalo EVX. And like I talked about in my Friday DLC vehicles guide, the free cars guide for the week, the EVX is actually really good. It's very durable. You can survive up to 12 homing missiles as well as 12 RPGs with full Imani Tech armor, which is awesome right there. Because it's an EV, it doesn't have a gas tank, it's not an ICE car, so it doesn't blow up from 4 RPGs or 12 homing missiles or anything like that. It'll blow up from 12 and 12 or 12, I should say. And along with that, you get the missile lock on jammer, Imani Tech. That's going to boost your survivability even further. You get HSW upgrades on this car, and when you apply those, you can push this car to over 145 miles an hour. It has really good all-wheel drive handling. The main weakness, I would say, with this car, besides the looks and the fact that it's supposed to be an electric muscle car, is the fact that it has bullet-resistant glass instead of bulletproof glass. So, you know, mobility in combat is going to be key. It can still survive up to 15 rounds of normal ammo, but that is something to keep in mind. A lot of other Imani Tech cars don't even have bullet-resistant glass even, so that is a plus compared to those, but if you want something totally bulletproof, this car isn't it. But as a armed civilian vehicle, it's pretty solid. Let's spin the lucky wheel, see what we're gonna get. We're not gonna get the car. 20,000 chips though. I will take that. Here we are at the LS car meet, and for the remainder of this weekly update, you can pick up the Lampadati Corsita just by placing top 2 in an LS car meet series race. That's it. You don't need to do it for multiple consecutive days in a row. Nothing like that. Super easy to claim this vehicle. I already have one. On Tuesdays, I like to jump in and just complete the prize ride challenge, because for the past couple weeks, it's only just been, you know, winning a race or placing top 2, placing top 5. In the past, we've had to do it for multiple consecutive days in a row a bunch, but recently we've kind of just been getting the car completely handed out for free, which is awesome right there. Like, less than 5 minutes of time and investment to actually obtain the vehicle versus, like, still getting it for $0 over the course of a couple days, but you still need to participate in a race once daily. So with this Lampadati Corsita, it's excellent. You got really good acceleration and a very strong top speed for a sports car in this game. Super good grip at low speed, but also super good grip when you're traveling really fast at high speed. Gives you confidence in the corners and its cornering capability. Very stiff suspension though, so it's a little bit unstable over bumps or like sorts of elevation changes, and this is also something I reviewed in my free DLC vehicles guide on Friday if you want to check that out. It has low ground clearance as well, so you're gonna get like stuck on curbs occasionally, sort of if you're familiar with driving the Overflod Xeno, sort of like that. And this car can spin out easily if you get it unsettled on some dirt off-road, or like I said, an elevation change or a terrain shift or something like that. This car can spin out on you, so just be careful with that. But it's a very good car. Highly recommend you try and add it to your garage before it goes away. Here at the Salvage Yard, your vehicle robberies for the rest of this weekly event are as follows. The Vapid Cara 4x4 is this week's standard range car featured in the Gangbanger robbery. Next up, the Fister Comet Safari mid-range car featured in the cargo ship robbery, wrapping up with the Obey Omnis EGT top-range vehicle featured in the Duggan robbery. None of these 3 are claimable for this week. And as always, if you want to watch me complete all these car robberies in one live stream, you can check me out over on twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv. I usually save it for the end of the week. Here at Luxury Autos, we have the following two vehicles. We have the Albany Roosevelt here, which is a Valentine's themed vehicle. Of course, you can get this if you do want to pick it up. It's going to run you $777,000 with this customization on it. You can, of course, change it after, but that's how much it's going to run you, and that's what the car looks like. And here we go with the classic Broadway featured here. Typically, I just never really talk about Luxury Autos vehicles because in my, all major changes video on Thursday, the weekly update guide, there's really nothing impressive with these cars. They're typically just newer DLC vehicles that have released in the past DLC or two, and I only mention stuff if there's unique customization that you can't get typically. Like sometimes they feature black stock rims on the supercars or sports cars that are featured here. This time I overlooked it, and I shouldn't have because it's Valentine's Day themed cars. But if you guys want to see Luxury Autos featured in the series, let me know. I figured I'd do it today, because these are some Valentine's themed vehicles that you may want to pick up with this exact customization before they go away. And then at the gun van, we have the following weapons that are featured and on offer here. So starting off, the military rifles featured here for this week. The tactical SMG, this is a gun van exclusive, and if you are a GTA Plus member, you can actually get this for 30% off. It's a great sub. It's a great replacement for the micro SMG. It's really, really good to use in vehicles and also just on foot. I like using this on foot more. We also have the Tommy gun, the Gusenberg Sweeper, a Valentine's themed weapon, I guess. I mean, it released with a Valentine's Day update way back in 2014. And it is free this week at the gun van. Not saying the Tommy gun is, I guess, Valentine's Day themed, but it released with a Valentine's Day update. You can get it for free, that's the point. We have the sniper rifle featured here, the assault SMG, as well as the pool cue. At the LS car meet, you have the following three vehicles as test drive cars you can pick up and purchase if you want. So starting off, this Coil Voltic is really cool because it has red headlights, and normally you can only customize the headlights at places like in Arena Wars Garage, but I guess you could do it at the LS car meet as well. I never customize vehicles here besides adding like drift tune upgrades on the car sometimes, so I never even really noticed the headlight change option, but this Coil Voltic has red headlights. It actually looks really cool in this customization. Obviously, this is another EV. It gives you pretty good acceleration and instant throttle response because of that, but the top speed is 106 miles an hour. It tops out so fast, and not really competitive compared to other supercars. It is lightweight, so it's good at handling. It's nimble, short wheelbase, so it may not have the best stability, but cool car nonetheless. Gonna run you $150,000 if you want to buy it. Next up, the Daihatsu Rapid GT Cabrio. This is very punchy off the line, but it's weighed down by its heavy steering. It has a wide turning radius, really bad crash resilience, even with armor upgrades, and it's just best for like windy, flowy type roads and routes rather than a track for if you want to race it that's like super technical. If you want to buy this car, $140,000 purchase price. Then we have the Ocelot Locust. Honestly, I kind of like this customization a lot. It's a super light and quick accelerating sports car in this game. It has unbelievable agility, 119 mile an hour top speed, which sounds about right for this type of looking vehicle. It's prone to oversteer. It's not really good in the hands of an inexperienced driver, so like me, but anyone else in the game will probably suit you just fine. Cool car. It's expensive though. It's gonna run you $1.625 million. Here we are at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, and this dealership and in-game vendor, we have the following 5 vehicles. So we'll start off here. I reviewed this vehicle first last week. It's a bike, so we'll start off with it again. We'll talk about this first. The LCC Innovation. This is a bike that was featured in GTA 4, so obviously in this game it's going to be way better. The only way to compare it, honestly, is just you have a much tighter turning radius, much better handling, more responsive braking, obviously better acceleration. You can reach top speeds of up to 110 miles an hour. It's based on the Harley-Davidson Breakout as well as Billy Lane Choppers. Honestly, what I like about this bike is the aesthetic is still more classic, but you get modern performance upgrades on this bike, and it just looks pretty cool. Very shiny. If you want to buy it, $119,800. Next up, the Declassy Tool. This thing is a beast because it's a 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. With this car, you actually get really good speed, but the handling is friggin' crazy bad. You need to be very good at the game to control the wheel spin and this thing's tendency to oversteer. You can't really tame this car. Even like the best driver in this game can't completely tame this car. They could just drive it better than anyone else. I would have to say this is not my kind of car to drive around the game. The Tulip just handles absolutely weird. It bounces all over the place, but it's fun to drive. It's a total thrill if you don't mind crashing all the time. $767,000 purchase price. Next up, we have the Vapid Hustler. It's a little hot rod in this game. It's cool. It's a muscle car in the game. It's good in straight line speed, obviously. Really piss poor handling and braking. but it's not meant to be a circuit racer. It is just a neat little hot rod if you want to pick it up, and it's usually featured here enough. It's not really that rare or anything. $678,820 purchase price. The Volcar Fagiloa is up next. It's based on the Volvo Amazon wagon, so with that average acceleration, average top speed, it kind of struggles with oversteer as well, and the brakes tend to lock up. So the braking isn't necessarily bad, but there's no actual deceleration. It's basically like you just hit the normal brake and it's like you're ripping the e-brake or the emergency brake. It's just, I don't know what it is. The brakes lock up no matter what, and it's not the best off-road either. If you do want to buy it, not a terrible purchase price of $403,000, but not very desirable in my opinion, unless you just like the looks. Then we have the Dinka Thrust. It's based on like the Honda DN01 as well as the CTX series, so it's a unique sport touring bike in this game. Good enough top speed and very strong acceleration. It's actually very competitive with other bikes in straight line speed, but it has a wider turning radius and turning circle than other bikes. You know, it's not meant to be a Bati 801 or a Nagasaki Shinobi. It's supposed to definitely be, you know, just a sport touring endurance type of bike, meant to more or less go in a straight line compared to, or take sweeping turns compared to like bombing a corner, you know, like a crazy motorcycle racer, you know, sport bike racer or something like that. $83,550 purchase price. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping everything up right here, so definitely drop a like on this video if you guys did want to enjoy and found the information helpful. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are new and you want to see more GTA 5 Online content just like this. Also, check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. With all that out of the way, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow afternoon with a brand new GTA Online weekly update, news, and information preview when Rockstar gives us the details about 12 hours or so before the update goes live. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and adios, amigos.